guess it's already time for the third weekly roast. What? Yeah, the other one got uploaded late because freaking life, man. From work schedules getting altered to everything else. Y'all, it's rough out here these days. Regardless, we in here. What we talking about this week? Number one, we gotta talk about this trolling of Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump, man. Oh my goodness. And I apologize if y'all hear some craziness in the background. People all out of nowhere just loud for no reason, right? Loud for no reason. People just will start, just all of a sudden just be, it's silent for one moment, it's golden, peaceful bliss, and all of a sudden, and talking about nothing. People love to talk about nothing. This ain't a rant, this is reality. And the whole point of the troll videos, okay, is to talk about honesty in a comedic sense. Not all comedy is ha ha ha, unlike what a lot of people want to believe it. Ha 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 ha. No, there's a lot of comedy that's ironic. There's a lot of comedy that is satirical. Humans do dumb stuff. Let's keep it real. And amongst the dumbest is the stuff I'm seeing from Shonen Jump. Oh my gosh, where to begin? It used to be, we thought it might be manga cause, first we weren't, there was a level of the mangas, we were all, damn, mangas and animes and damn, we accept it. I mean, it's reality. And we understand that things are different over in Japan, over here in the States, where you'll have series that go on for decades upon decades, right? Change it up, but still going. We know series got to come to an end. We, in fact, got cartoons and stuff. We grew up watching series come to an end. It's reality. It's why they come to an end. It's what the hell happens to series. We've seen train wrecks of series. I mean, if you watch enough fiction, you've seen series that go from plateau. We took from the highest heights to what the hell happened. We've seen series change up. We've seen a lot of things, okay? But I have never seen what I've seen from Shonen Jump. I have a history of trolling. It's becoming a dossier pretty thick, okay? It's becoming intel pretty thick and pretty conclusive. That Shonen Jump air some damn, they worry about some damn trolls. Let's begin with Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, you could say, well, Togashi got tired of the series. Togashi was stressed. That's the reasons we're given. Of course, you're not going to go against your employer, your bread maker, the one that supplies you with that dope, if you will, in comparison, in the parallel. You're not going to go against the kingpin of supplying, okay? If you the distributor, you can say, well, but they're the creators. I haven't read the series, and I've heard plenty of folks talk about Bakuman, and how Shonen Jump. We know what Shonen. This is the same foolishness of folks knowing what happens with government and is turning a blind eye to it. We know Shonen Jump does BS time and time again. We know they force changes. Sometimes it's good, like what they did with the whole Dr. Gero situation in Dragon Ball, and said, yo, change that crap. We get the androids 17 and 18, which was phenomenal for the series of Dragon Ball. But we also know that they force changes. We also know that they prolong and they cut short. You can say, oh, how do you know this? Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay? They milked the mess out of it. If Togashi wanted to end the series, he should just end the series. Instead, we get milk. Or, and when you milk it, it makes it seem like it's cut short. That's one example. You can say what you want to. You have many fans who are not happy with how Yu Yu Hakusho ended. I mean, you can go back to the fact of Yusuke dying, and then all of a sudden we get, some can say that, it's good when he came back. It's debatable. But why? Could have ended there. Series could have ended there. Dragon Ball. People can say what they want, Toriyama, a lot of people say it should have ended here, it should have ended here. The fact is, why are we getting stuff after the end of Dragon Ball, or even during the chronological to fill the scene? Why? Because the series did not end properly. I kept telling y'all from time and time again that You cannot end it at the Frieza saga. That definitely is not an end. Son Goku didn't. You can't end it at the Cell saga. Oh please, Gohan was not. And the Buu saga was semi-finished. At least DBGT gave us an ending of a story. It wasn't perfect, but it's an alternative future possibility. Dragon Ball Super fills in a lot of things that we should have known in the series of Dragon Ball. You see what I'm saying? When I talk about series ending, I'm talking about stories completed, characters getting the proper characterization, getting the proper character development. No matter if I like a series or not, no matter if it's a favorite of mine, I want series to end properly. Because why? I'm an author myself. I love literature. I love fiction. And as someone who is invested in this, as someone who is actually trying to make money out of this as well, as someone who simply just loves this, who was helped raised by this, who's in deep with this, who studies this, who studies techniques, who studies various genres, who can write in pretty much any genre I so desire or so requested. Yes, this stuff bothers me. It matters. Put forth a piss poor product. What the hell do you expect? What it also does is it dumbs down people's views of high quality story writing. It's stupid, man. An author should be able to finish the story as he or she sees fit in the time span. If you don't want it to be a long series, don't allow for a series to go long. I.e. Naruto. Naruto, oh my gosh. Naruto left so many unanswered questions. It had an okay finish. But what do we have now? We had Naruto Gaiden. Now we have Boruto. I told y'all last. This is what happens when you don't allow a series to finish. Kuroko no Basket. It had so much setup. Naruto had so many unanswered questions. Kuroko no Basket had so much setup. We even still got extra game, and that which opened up even more questions. Hello? Doggone. What else? I had said Gintama. Now I need to catch up with Gintama. But Gintama isn't another trolling. Why would you kill a successful series? You could say, well, maybe the mangaka wants to end it on a high. A mangaka wants to end a successful series at, according to people, the climax. That's not suspicious. Maybe if it was by itself, you'd be like, okay. But when you start comparing to other Bleach, and people are now saying 5 chapters, are you bloody kidding me? You gotta be bloody kidding me. Are you serious? There are so many unanswered questions. Central 40. I've done videos about this. Characters not even finished. Seriously, characters aren't. Forget all the other stuff, because Naruto left off a lot of stuff like the Land of Iron and the Samurai, the Fire Lord and everything else that can go in there. We don't even have finished characters in Bleach. Let alone finish, so many subjects. We missing Isaac. There's so much stuff we don't even know why Juha's really doing what he's doing. It's revenge. He's changed his direction many times. It's like, oh my gosh, Kubo is intentionally dragging his junk out. I was saying that, or they trolling about the end. Apparently not trolling about the end. Kubo's dragging his junk out. It's ridiculous. Bleach can't even finish. And people say, well, it's low in the record. Bleach is still in the top 25 in sales. At least Magi the Labyrinth of Magic is going out like a series should go out. It always could go in a number of different directions, but it's still going on. People saying Toriko's, I think Toriko's on the same pace than it was on. Again, I will keep saying it. It's on the same pace than it was in the Human World Part 1. Ain't a damn thing changed. It was 263 chapters then. We're on the same pacing. If you go by that, it would be 500. What is it? 526. It's the Gourmet World. There's so much more Toriko can do. We're on the same exact pacing. And that was the Human World. Of course, things are going to get more epic in the Gourmet World. Are you serious? Come on now, people. There's many things I can say, but this ain't the video for that. Toriko come to an end. Now, that's an ultimate troll. Toriko gets cut. That's ridiculous. We just got introduced to the third Gourmet Demon, Black, officially introduced. We got Panji. We got so many other elements that have officially been introduced. Dragon King Darius, for example. Okay, we got the Devil Rochi back in business. There's so many things you could say. You know, I talked about Togashi hiatus. People call quote unquote hiatus X hiatus. Another of type of Togashi's hiatus. And then we got, first it used to be, you know, he's gonna be back soon in some weeks, you know, that indefinite. Now they straight up, oh yeah, he's gonna be back when he deems to be back. What kind of stuff is this for fans? He couldn't give us a good 10 to 15 more chapters. Seriously, he couldn't go to the end of the year. Is he really? If he's really that ill, give the most of the reins. At least have somebody else draw it out. He can tell the story, have somebody else draw it out. It's not like his art is godlike, anyways. Come on, dude. Like, this is ridiculous. Make the series bi-weekly, monthly, something. Keep going on these damn hiatuses. The series never gonna finish. But we're gonna cut other series like Bleach short. But we're just gonna let series. And you can't talk about sales. Hunter x Hunter ain't been on sales block like that. Now I can understand Oda goes on breaks, you know, from time to time. I mean, you look at Togashi, all these breaks, and I'm gonna get on Miura, even though this is not shown here, I'm gonna get him on him for a second of these hiatuses, man. Oda, even though he takes his breaks like every month or so, he still puts out mad content. Kishimoto is screwed up. He probably should have taken a few hiatuses, but as screwed as it was, he still put in mad work. Hiro Mashima keeps grinding. Okay, whatever your views on Fairy Tail, he stays on the grind. Talk on George Sensei from the mangaka from George Marikawa. I always forget the man's name. George Marikawa, I believe, is from Hajime no Ippo. Stay grinding. You got Baki on its 4th series. Let me repeat that. Baki is on its 4th series. And now, let's compare it to George. The dude, how the hell can you give an excuse for this? He does a monthly series. A monthly series. That's 12 chapters a year. What excuse do you have to be going on all these hiatuses? Come on, dog. That's trolling for real. Now, moving on, talking about trolling. I have people, you know, they'll say all these kinds of things. Oh, before I get on that, before I continue that, it's funny because people are trolling me with comments about the NBA. Now, it's funny how everyone ignores me when I say, well, not everybody, but a good majority of people disagree with me. They ignore the things I say. And then when they happen, oh, I can't believe it. Or they start talking all the blah, 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 people over it. Look, dog, let me talk about this NBA situation really quick. Because people been hitting me up, right? Number one, when I said, look, Derrick Rose, when D Rose left, I said it opened up Pandora's box. Did I not? I made a post about that. I talked about it. I made a Facebook post about that. I said this is big news. It's going to open up and things are about to be lit in the East. What do we see now? We see trades all over the place. When you have a big name, regardless of what your views on D Rose is, when you have a big name move, it's like the 8 Kings and Toriko moving. It's like the Yonko in One Piece moving. It's like the Kage's moving in Naruto. It's like the Zero Squad division in Bleach moving. Well, you can go on and on. What? Are you really surprised? Why is anybody surprised by the money being thrown around? I know there's catches to these deals. Come on now. Guarantees. There's been catches. And people are like, oh, get their money. People finally get their money. Believe it or not. Hello, we knew this was coming. There's a salary cap raise. Mega bucks. People have been making way more off of endorsements than they have off of these contracts. And these contracts aren't set in stone. They're so fluid. They can get restructured at any time. Like they throw it, people see something, oh, but it's not definite like that. Maybe if this was the MLB, we might have a different situation. But this is the NBA. Study NBA economic history. You don't know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's that, okay? But trolling, people will come at me and it'll come from my head. Oh, just like they did, like, let me tell you, the last, you know, I knew I'd have some negativity, half liked, half disliked on the last roast, right? At the point where I saw it. The funny thing is, man, dudes straight up dick ride. You know, this will segue into what I'm next time about. Dudes straight up dick ride. Like, Togashi, I'm not insulting Togashi. I'm not. I love Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is what my 8th favorite manga of all time currently. I think. Yeah, it was. I think it reached 6th or 7th. 6th and 7th. Now I think it's 8. It's either 8 or 9. I forget. I have to look at my list again. But it's still within the top 10. I still call it beyond greatness before every review. But people have an issue with me calling out his flaws. People have an issue with me calling out Togashi for some of the BS that he pulls. They'll say, well, you'll never say anything about Oda. Oda rarely pulls nonsense. Also, Oda, here's the difference between Oda and a lot of other mangakas, if you won't notice. Oda goes and appeases many different groups. He goes all cross-fiction, dude. He's going on some Alice in Wonderland 2.0 right now. Okay? You gotta understand that. And since I happen to be and lead with a lot of different groups, you can say, I have many different interests. Oda, I really have an issue with Oda's right? Because I understand it. A lot of people have this limited perspective. That's why they love Togashi. Nothing knocking Togashi. One of the greatest to ever do it in the game of manga. But doggone Togashi dials it in a specific thing, just like he did with Yu Yu Hakusho. He's doing similar with Hunter x Hunter. He dials in. Now that doesn't mean he doesn't highlight, he doesn't, pinpoint characters, but let's keep it real. He focuses on certain characters. He goes in deep with them, more so in Hunter x Hunter than he did with Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's still reality. He focuses on certain things. He throws some complexity in the game, and people, woo! Because people love focusing on certain characters. Vagabond, Berserk, doggone, even though they clowned on it, Naruto, Bleach. Why am I naming these series? Some can throw in 20th Century Boys, because I got a lot of hate for being critical. Doggone Kingdom. They focuses on certain characters. They're not plot-centric. Series like The God of High School, Shingeki no Kyojin, now One Piece, now Toriko, Hajime no Ippo, it's still up in the air if it's going character or plot driven. We don't know yet. Character centric or plot centric. It's kind of in a neutral space, which is very interesting in itself and a rarity in fiction. Character centric gets love. Early Toriko, early One Piece, pre-time skip. Everybody, yeah! Naruto, yeah! Naruto started going a bit more plot centric. Post-time skip, woo! Toriko, woo! One Piece, woo! This is boring. Shingeki no Kyojin, woo! This is boring. And then it switched over to plot centric. It started focusing on beyond a few select characters. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with character centric. There's a place for both series. I love, and I happen to either read or I am a fan of all of those which I mentioned, by the way. I've just noticed, I observed, I've talked about this before. People can't handle beyond their simple little perspective. They have these blinders on, and what they like is what they like, and anything else is boo, boo, boo. I know I dealt with this dude who does this all the time. He hates on so many other series. Now, here's the thing. I criticize. I still give respect. I criticize 20th Century Boys heavily, and I dropped it. I gave it respect while going to chapter 6, and I dropped it because I had issues with it. Here's the thing. I've had experience with the mystery genre for my entire life. So I'm used to that kind of plot. I'm used to the doggone structure, and that's why it's frustrating. Doesn't make it a horrible series. I know it's a classic, and many folks love it. Good on them. Don't understand the hype. There's many other series out there. I'm bound to not like some. But if you know me, I'm into so many damn different series. Are you serious? So many different genres. But boo-hoo because I don't, dick ride on so many popular series that so many seem to love. Same thing with Berserk. I consider it legendary, but it's overrated. Yu Yu Hakusho, legendary anime, overrated series. Doesn't make it bad, but I'm just acknowledging that series have flaws. But when you can trash on, when popular ones speak, we could trash on those. Oh, they don't. Ooh, now we can all come out the woodworks and hate on that series. Oh, but when they were on it, yeah, Toriko and this one, yeah, it was so good. Boku no Hero's getting that treatment right now. I hope Boku no Hero, for its sake, it doesn't go plot-centric. Because what it's going to do is going to get hate. Dragon Ball Super, like, getting hate right now. It started off, oh yeah, now it's getting hate. Because it's going plot-centric. Every time something switches over to plot-centric, it gets hate. Gundam is about the only series. Nah, Gundam was pretty character-centric. Screw that. Gundam was character-centric. Just keeping it real for the people. Just keeping it real for the people. But yeah, man, you know, there's this whole thing of, you know, when I say I'm notorious, I say I'm notorious. Notorious doesn't mean that doggone, you know, you have a lot of people following you. Jesse James, you think Jesse James had a large following? Come on now. He's legendary. You think Billy the Kid had a large following? You think, well, Al Capone, he kind of took over, so he had a large following. I'll give you that. You think John Dillinger had a large following? You think Pretty Boy Floyd had a large following? No. Most notorious individuals don't have a large followings. There's reasons for that. They're very polarizing figures. They're very offensive figures to a lot of different people. Even though a lot of people gravitate to them, they gravitate to them in a sense of things they like about them. But those things they don't like, they stick out like a sore thumb and it pisses a lot of people off. That's yours truly. Okay? I happen to clash with big names. I happen to associate, I talk with, discuss, but I happen to clash. I happen to have different views and viewpoints. I happen to speak my mind. I happen to be analytical. I don't go in opinion based. I don't just go and rant and rave. I happen to be fair and neutral, objective. People don't like that because they love subjectivity. They love the drama, And as much as he's a Shanks, as much as he's objective, even Sawyer 7 Made sometimes goes into his feelings. I don't go into my feelings. Yeah, I might be upset, but it's at the elements. Still loving Hunter x Hunter, upset on some of the elements. Still loving Hunter x Hunter to death. Still upset on certain elements. Because it's Togashi pulling some foolishness again and not giving substance. If you notice this, when series give substance, they get praise from it. When they don't really get praise. Or, the more substantive, I give higher ratings. The less substantive, I give lower ratings. People's like, oh, One Piece, do you ever check out my One Piece reviews? I haven't done them in a while. You ever check them out? The less substantive, they get like 7, 7.5, maybe 8. The more substantive gets 9 or 10. Game of Thrones, exactly the same way. This season was a perfect example. More substantive, it gets high. I love Game of Thrones. Less substantive, it gets lower. It's that simple, man. It's really that simple for me. I get people, for reasons doing that, I get people call me, oh, he's not making any sense. Well, because I'm actually talking about literary techniques. I'm actually talking about story writing. Because those are foreign concepts to many people. People just jump in here, because they're fans of a series. They don't understand literature. They don't understand the arts. They don't understand the medium. They don't really understand what the hell they're actually talking about. So they jump in and think they know what the hell they're talking about, but no. It's like a lot of fans of sports. I deal with that often. Fans, they think they know they think they know about the game. They don't know the history. They don't know, this or that. They don't know how to analyze. They don't know. They've never really played. They've never played at a high level. They've never played against people of a high caliber, so they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah, it's that kind of sense. I've been called uneducated. Ladies and gentlemen, you see me read, you see me speak, see me write. I'm literate. How am I uneducated? I'm an individual who happens to be a student of, things like science, biology, chemistry, physics, things of that nature, economics, if you will. We can go into different sciences, but I'm uneducated. We can talk about homosexuality. We can talk about things, but I'm uneducated. I happen to be relatively avid student, if you will, since childhood, of history. We can talk on pretty much any era, and if I don't know, I will do the research and talk on that matter in great length and great detail and tie various historical events out of thin air together and say this links to this and da-da-da. But I'm uneducated. I'm the kind of guy one of the few who actually talks philosophy, who does philosophical videos and brings that even in with anime, manga, and literature. You'll hear me bring up Socrates from time to time. I may reference St. Thomas Aquinas, maybe Immanuel Kant. Definitely will reference Rene Descartes. Maybe Friedrich Nietzsche. Confucius, Christ, Buddha. Maybe Aldous Huxley, Doors of Perception. Anybody? But I'm clueless. I'm ignorant. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Literary illusions out the behind, literary techniques talking about plot, setting, exposition, dialogue, monologue, breaking down philosophical elements and literary techniques, doing whole entire videos on story writing elements, being asked to do videos on story elements. But, I'm uneducated. Anyone who makes a claim like that is completely moronic. It's completely moronic. It's stupid. It means you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It means you refuse to listen to a different perspective. It means you yourself are, in this case, uneducated. Because you haven't done the proper research on my channel. It means you haven't done proper research on my person. It means you have no idea. I could bring out stats about my person, but that's not important. The thing is, people, stop judging things based on your limited perspective of life and open your mind. It's really crazy out here these days, man. It really is nuts. It's what you keep hearing, all the rhetoric and propaganda of, different supporters of, let's say, of Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. It's the kind of foolishness you'll hear that. It's the same thing you hear and all over. That's why I say, y'all want to talk about, that's just that community, and this ain't real. No, it's all real because it's all connected, because people bringing in that same foolishness, the same idiotic thought, the same mindset that is immature, improper, incomplete into other facets of life. Think about that. If they talk about fiction the way that they do, what the hell you thinking they doing out here every day? I see idiocy every day on the streets. I see it every day online. No difference. Same base mentality. Same vulgar, I use certain words and it apparently isn't in people's vernacular. And if you don't know what that means, part of the problem. Vernacular is the common speech. It's not in their vocab. It goes over. People consistently misconstrue. This isn't a rant. This is me talking about what's going on out here. People consistently misconstruing, misinterpreting my statements. And it's bad when people know how I get down and they still refuse to see a different side. This video is going on. It's trolling's at an all-time high, man. Trolling and it went from being satirical and sarcastic when I was a kid to becoming malicious to that downright just stupidity at this point. People trolling. It's crazy. The last thing I'll say to this is, you got people out here using false names. You got people, attacking me. They don't even use their own profile. I get attacked on my videos, right? People don't even know why they're attacking me. I got claimed, to be associated with what's her face? Gamer Girl, whatever, Anna Sarkeesian. Anyone who knows me knows I posted a video on in a gaming group a few months back, I think it was a couple months back, about this woman's foolishness, this lady's foolishness, this female's foolishness. But yeah, I'm associated with her. I'm associated with feminazis. Really? I'm out. Oh man. Yet I've been claimed to be anti-woman too. But that's enough for this video. Alright, y'all. We out of here. Peace. Talk y'all later.